Alright, Lab 6, Service Endpoints and Securing Storage. You've been asked to create a proof of concept to demonstrate securing Azure files. Specifically, you want to create a storage endpoint so traffic destined to Azure storage always stays within the Azure backbone network. Configure the storage endpoint so only resources from a specific subnet can access the storage. Confirm that resources outside of the specific subnet cannot access the storage. Alright, so resource, virtual network, public, the VM, access to the file share and storage, and then service endpoint, Microsoft storage, VM, private network security group. Alright, yep, so configure the storage endpoint so only resources from specific subnet. Alright, yeah, great. So let's get started by creating the virtual network and adding a subnet to the virtual network and configure a storage endpoint. Nope, I need to create a resource for it first. A virtual network. Next. Don't need anything for security on IP addresses. Okay, it's already been set to 10.16. Yep, so it's been set as that. And then the subnet name or subnet address, subnet name's public, and then subnet addresses. I can edit the default one, right? Click default, yep. Edit name, public, and alright, and now I can review and create that. Alright, create. Alright, now that that's created, we will need to do the private subnet. So, subnet private, and then 124. Is there any other settings that I need to change? Service endpoint. Yeah, no, I don't need any. And then let's add that here. Okay, great. Okay, now we need to do the network security group. Create within the lab resource name, NSG private, and then create that. Validation pass. Okay, great, that's done. And now I should be able to... Okay, now for the outbound security rules, you want to add source is service tag. I don't need to copy that. So yeah, source service tag. This is virtual network. All destination is service tag. Destination port ranges, that should be all as well. Destination service tag storage. Destination service tag storage. Protocol. Any action allow priority 1000. Protocol any action allow priority 1000. And the name will be allow storage all. allow all outbound. Okay, great. Need to also create an additional outbound security rule. This is to deny all from the internet. Right. 1000 service tag, virtual network or destination service tag. It's actually internet destination service tag. This is actually internet service custom. Protocol any, and is it not deny? Yep, deny. Just double checking all of that. Great. Okay, that's been added. Now we need to do the inbound rule for the ability to RDP. Any destination service tag, and this is actually virtual network, isn't it? Yeah, so the destination port is 3389. It's exposed to internet. Yeah, no problem. And TCP allow. This should be, yep, so 1002. Double checking all of that. Great. And now that those have been created, we can associate this network security group to our subnet. Yep, subnet public. It's going to be private. Okay, now need to create another virtual network. This one's going to be for public now, and this is going to allow the one inbound rule for RDP. Okay, security groups. Let's refresh that. Okay, great, it's here. And now the inbound rule, let's create it. So any service tag, it's actually virtual network, still custom, it's RDP, so it's 3389 on TCP, and the priority should be 1 3. I need to double check that. Okay, it's going to be 1 2, the same as the previous priority. Interesting, I'm not getting the Azure warning, so I'm just double checking everything's okay. Service port ranges. There it is. Okay, now we need to associate this to our subnets as well. No, we need to, yeah, so we need to associate it with our network security group. We need to associate the subnet with our network security group, and this one's going to be public, as the last one was private. Okay, now we need to create the file storage accounts. Create storage. Storage name, this has to be globally unique, the same way for anyone that's familiar with AWS. S3 buckets have to be globally unique. So we'll call it lab 12 AZ500 Field can only have lowercase. Lab 12 AZ500. Okay, so primary service, I'm guessing it will be Azure files. Performance standard, and we only need it to be locally redundant. Next. Alright, we don't need any of these, so let's review and create it. Okay, now the storage account has been created, which is great. Overview, click file shares under data storage. Now onto file shares. And we need to disable backup. And the access default share permission soft delete there. Enable backup. Yeah, so my file share. Alright. Next, nothing else. Alright, and then we create it. And now we connect to it. Windows tab, drive letter Z, show script, and this is the script, so let's copy it. As usual, let's create a word pad for it. Okay, so just going back a bit, let's go back, and then on security networking. Yep, so on security networking, on the networking, we need to enable public access from selected virtual networks and IPs, and these will be the virtual networks we've created. So add existing virtual network. Yep. And the subnet is going to be the private one. And then enable. Okay, great. Add and save. Okay, so far we have the network, the virtual network, the security group, and the file share configured. Also storage account with the file share configured. Now we need to deploy the virtual machines. Okay. And create. Resource group. IBM. And it's going to be the same one we've used previously, which is 19x Gen 2. Azure Edition. Azure Edition X Gen 2. Yeah. I don't think I saved the password initially, so I'm glad I made it. Should be lab. Goodness gracious, it might not be an easy one. 1 second. So I'm going to create a new password for it. Yeah, I'm going to create a new password for this one, but we use the student name and then lab. Oh, it has to have a upper. Okay. A. Okay, great. So those are the D2S version 3. And now onto this. It should just be standard. Yeah, best for backup, non-critical, infrequent access. And then we can go on to networking. all of those can be the same. NIC, network security group, none. And I don't think we need to change anything else. We can accept these defaults and then create. Okay, that's been created. Okay, it's not ready yet. That's no problem. Let's create another one. Yeah, just needed to double check that. Name, public, that's going to be all the same. Yep, Azure Edition. The sizes doesn't matter too much. Student, and then standard. Next, virtual network, yeah, NIC, none. Load balancer, no. This is default as well, so yep, let's create it. It looks like it's been created. Let me have a look at it here. It's still deploying, okay. Okay, so while that one's still loading, we can RDP with the private virtual machine. So connect, native RDP, done, let's connect. Okay, while this loads. Alright, we're in. Now we need to run the script for Z mapping. Okay, already running a command, please wait. Okay, storage account, no. The storage account name, yeah, I'll need to edit these. So, we'll need the storage account name and storage account keys. That's the name. I can change it within the script here. So, computer name. Running script. Attempting TCP connect, waiting for response. Credential added successfully. Okay, great. And Z drive was created. Should be able to confirm that with go down File Explorer. There we go, and you see it here. Okay, now we've confirmed everything we need to on this VM, the private one. We can close it down. Yep. So as it can't access the storage, it should be able to access the internet. Yep. TCP connection true. Alright, great. Now that these are done, let's delete these resources. We can delete all of them like that. And thank you for watching.